Do you have sound now? Do you have sound now? You should have sound now. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Yes, you have sound now. Um, hmm, Hollywood told me to get rid of this program. He's actually stopped using it altogether. Um, it's got too many ghost errors. It's the best program. It just when it works, it's no good if it don't work. So if you're thinking about using Restream, just look at all the trouble I've had with it. I'm gonna have to say Restream has more features, but StreamYard is more stable. Anyway, does that mean you guys didn't hear the whole? Uh, does that mean you guys didn't hear the whole beginning, or none of the music, or nothing? No. Yeah, your intro sound, nothing either. Man, oh man. Well, I'll go back and cut that out so no poor bastard that doesn't hang out with me in the mornings won't hear it. I believe that it was picked up on the disc on the podcast, so they heard it, the intro. Phew. Man, oh man. Okay, well, here we are. Welcome to Black Dragon Biker TV again. Buggy ass software. But we're with you guys. I appreciate my people that follow me every day. Anyway, today's question and answer Thursday, but we're doing it Friday because we didn't do it yesterday. So I'm here for your questions on MC Protocol that otherwise you guys would have to pay me for, right? When you call me at clarity.fm/black-dragon, where you guys can talk to me over there for questions that you might have. I really don't have a whole lot of time to answer questions. People ask me all the time if I was to do that. And really, my phone would be going off nonstop. So I've decided to give you guys a day, a week to answer your questions. And while we talk about crazy stuff like the Parkland shooting, nothing, it's happened a few times. I've noticed. I thought it was a copyright thing. Okay, what do we got talking about? So I'll be sitting over here looking for your questions, and then we'll talk about a few things. And one of the things that was really crazy is that Parkland shooter kid got off. Well, I don't know if life in prison is getting off. Life in prison is definitely not getting off. But compared to what he did do, it is definitely not what a lot of people think he should have gotten. I've heard some channels even calling it white privilege. Like if it had been a black guy who had done that, a black kid who had done that, or a brown kid who had done that, he absolutely would have been hung. What is death penalty? And there's a lot of folks that say, this is why the death penalty ain't fair. So there, because there's no fair way to apply it. Like everywhere you go, there's something different. They gave this guy some lenience for, the judge said, if you find any of these things, you could say life without parole. And one of the things was that he had a bad childhood. And one of the things is that he was mentally incompetent. I don't know if you guys will remember, you'd have to be really old to remember when Governor Bill Clinton executed a retarded guy. But that was a retarded little black kid. So, yeah, for me, it's like, should we have death penalties? Parkland shooter sentencing was spoken about by the sheriff Grady Judd. You guys know him. He's always got something interesting to say.
With
So I thought maybe we'd look at that while I'm waiting for you guys' questions. Child killers won't last long in prison. The stuff gets around, says Life Resurrection Project. Yeah, but that's not for me. That's not an answer. Why should you be killed in prison? Why should you be raped in prison? Why should prison be a place? How have we allowed prisons to be a place where you're doing anything other than uh, marching down the road with pick handles and and sledgehammers and building our parks and highways and roads? Why should you? Why should prison be a violent place where you could be harmed? It's a failure. It's a failure of society. It should be like they send you to the moon, planet zero or something, and you're just cracking apart iron ore to send back to the to Earth to be mined. There should be a um there should be a drone that sits over your head and waits for you to commit even one crime in prison and then blows your brains out. Like we didn't send you here to be murdering people, to be dealing drugs, to be raping prisoners. We didn't send you here for that. We sent you here because you are a menace to society and you need to be re-educated, retrained. We need you to be reread, right? So I take no solace in the fact that you're going to go to prison and they'll get you there. We have a system to get you, and that system can be completely upended by some derelict can't who can't seem to bring you to justice because you had a bad childhood. I'm not the guy sitting up here screaming, we need to kill people. But if you're going to have a death penalty, there have been so many people that have had messed up lives that didn't kill nobody. Hell, my life was messed up. My life was messed up. I was sexually molested as a child. Yeah. Sure was. My babysitter, I don't want to call her name. It would be wrong to do that. 50 some years later. I think she's still alive. She must have been about 13 or 14. I was 5. She molested me. Of course, I was mannish. They call that mannish when you are girls. They call fat, and in the black world, in the black neighborhood, girls they call fast. Boys they call mannish. I was mannish. I was molested, but by her. But I think I never told. So I never told on her. Well, if I told my mom, she'd have killed that child. So, it must have been. I didn't go kill a high school because of it. I didn't go shoot up a school. So, it might not. I say this jokingly, but people have had bad lives. You know what I'm saying? People have had bad lives. Anyway, the sheriff had something to say. The sheriff guy. Sometimes, most of the time, we can't stand his ass because he's talking negative about bikers. But this is what he had to say. Why can't we hear what he had to say? Okay.
Responses. Nothing that comes out of Broward County surprises me.
Oh,
quite frankly, my first response is nothing that comes.
I don't want to use that one because he's talking negatively about Broward County, and if we might as well hear that whole thing if he's going to be talking about Broward County. Let me see. Is this one it?
If you struggle to fully empty your...
Oh my goodness. Hold on. If you struggle to fully empty your bladder, I think they're going to say they'll do any kind of commercial on TV these days. I mean, any kind of commercial. It's ridiculous. Okay. I think this is it.
Good afternoon, folks. Thank you very much for being with me today. I am going to update you on a video clip that I did early this morning. And this is my best rendition with 3 hours of sleep in about the last 36 hours or however many hours it's been. This is the second event where I've had a deputy shot.
No, that ain't it.
What is your reaction to the Nicholas Cruz verdict?
The Nicholas Cruz verdict, I think you all know about that. That's from the massacre at Parkland, Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. First and foremost, I'm on the Marjory Stoneman Douglas Commission, so I've seen a deep dive into that entire event from when the shooter was a child, and I don't even like to speak his names through my lips, until the horrible tragedy and massacre occurred. Quite frankly, my first response is nothing that comes out of Broward County surprises me. If there's ever been anyone on the face of the earth that deserved the death penalty, it was that evil, violent, murdering piece of trash that massacred those children. But I want you to understand that when the Marjory Stoneman Douglas law passed, and among other things, the commission was created, the very last school board to come in compliance with that law in the state of Florida was the Broward County school system. Did you hear what I said? We had to force the Broward County school system to comply with the law, and ground zero that created that law was a shooting and a massacre at Marjory Stoneman Douglas. Was I shocked that they didn't give him the death penalty? No. Was I surprised that they didn't give him the death penalty? No. But I can tell you, with the rule of law, we're going to respect, obviously, what the jury recommends, and the judge, if she hasn't, will sentence him to life in prison. There's never been a more cold, calculated, premeditated murder than that. And if you can't get the death penalty for that in Broward County, that's not a safe county to live in.
Wow, man. Wow. If you can't get the death penalty for that, that's not a safe county to live in. Crazy. Lissa says, I love this sheriff. Most of us bikers hate that sheriff. But from time to time, like any public speaker, he's going to say something that resonates. Crazy. So my first question of the day, here's a good one, sir. Have you had a chance yet to do any demo riding on the Challenger or the Pursuit lately? Not lately. I haven't ridden the Pursuit, but I have ridden the Challenger. And quite frankly, that I had planned to be my next motorcycle and maybe my last motorcycle. I mean, yeah, I'm almost 60. How many motorcycles more am I going to buy? But I had planned to buy the Challenger. My only problem with the Challenger was that the Challenger motorcycle did not have and did not come with any bags. You know, and I'm a traveler. I actually ride long distances on my motorcycle. So I really wanted the Challenger, but you had to spend a lot of money. The thing came almost naked. It looked almost like a Harley. What is that thing with the bat wing on it? Road glide. Looks very much like a road glide, and I never really liked that road glide because unless you had it set up for the freeway. Like for me, I need these two bags in the back. I need the one on the back. I need the passenger handles so my woman can ride on the back. I need the CB radio, and I need the front forward fairing things to protect your legs in the winter and help keep your feet warm. I need these things. And the only way to get them on a Challenger was to pay extra for all that stuff. And I didn't want to do that. So they came up with the and that's the Challenger Elite, 108. And the other thing I don't like is they stopped at 108. Why didn't they make this a 123? But they did make it a badass 108. And so for me, I don't really, the Roadmaster, honestly, is a little short for me. This is their top of the line bike, the Roadmaster. It's a little short here for me in the legs, but I really wanted that Pursuit or that Challenger, but it wasn't set up for the road. So the Roadmaster was the next thing. And so I was going to get the Roadmaster because it was set up for the road. And I mean, it comes like a 118 or some craziness. It had a big motor. But they came out with the Pursuit. And okay, I like the Chieftain too. But they came out with the Pursuit, and here it is, the Pursuit, and it's set up for the highway. And it is a bad booger. Oh, I don't want to do all that. But it is a bad motor scooter. So this is probably, if you look at that, man, yeah, this is probably it for me. The Pursuit. So I got to go ride that in, and I got to ride the Challenger, but the Pursuit is the same engine, only it's got the stuff on it. See, that's the I don't know what the hell that is. That must be the Challenger Elite. And this is the Pursuit or something. No, we're back to the Challenger. How'd they do that to me? So anyway, yeah, I've decided that what I want is this. Yeah, boom, right there. That's what I want. That's the next one right there for me. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. With all of the stuff. I don't know what color I'm going to get. I like that blacked out one a whole lot. Yeah, I don't know exactly what color I'm going to get, but this is, oh wow. Yeah, probably I want mine to be the orange looking one. If I can get one with the orange stuff on it looking like the Challenger, that's the one I'd get. So if I can get a Pursuit that looks like this coloring, that's the coloring I want on mine. There you go. That's what I want. I rode the Challenger, and it is a bad motor scooter. I ain't lying. It's fast. It'll snap your head back. Just in case you didn't know. Anyway, prisons are evil places, someone said, of our justice system. I agree with that. He didn't get the death penalty he deserved because of one juror. Don't think race had anything to do with this horrible verdict. One juror. Was that? I did not realize that. I did not know that. One juror. I just, it's just repugnant I have become more against the death penalty as I get older. So many people, particularly black people, have wrongly received it, but it seems that this case is so open and shut. The man perhaps deserved it. Death penalty is one of those things that you're either for or against. And this is what I hate about it. I mean, how do you apply it evenly? And there's so many things that that go into its application. Trevor Drake says, I agree, Black Dragon. However, by sending him to general population, they have actually fast-tracked his execution. But I can't get with, you need to get your punishment by the system. If that's the case, we should just march him out to the town square. The police keep coming to talk to me about their bridge program, and I don't want anything to do with the bridge program. I'm homeless and can't get a place to live because of my dog. Todd J, if your dog is a service dog, then they can't deny you a place to live. And the Americans with Disabilities Act allows you to train him as a service dog if you have a disability, and you can train him yourself. And then they can't deny you a place to live. They have no choice but to let him in. So train him to do something for you and help you with one of your disabilities if you're a military person or something like that. Let's see. The dude in Arkansas shot himself in the head. That's how he became mentally impaired. He was sane when he killed. Are we talking about? I missed that. I don't know what you guys are talking about on that one. I like that he goes to prison forever. Death is too quick and easy, over in a millisecond. Rot in the cell till you die. Well, unfortunately, no death that we are administering is over in a millisecond. The shot has gone horribly wrong and taken a long time to kill people. They don't even have a good way to administer it. That's been one of the big problems. And we know the electric chair ain't quick. The only thing that would be quick is, I don't think we have a firing squad anymore. I think firing squads are over with. Just speaking the truth, Black Dragon, much love, but having family in prison, stuff gets handled. I absolutely know it gets handled. I just don't like it getting handled that way. I want it to be handled by the justice system. If the justice system can't handle it, then the justice system needs to be fixed. I would be the first to admit I don't do well with people who hurt or touch kids. They bring vengeance out of me. I think every one of us that are normal feels that same way. Let's see. The most dangerous people on earth are prisoners that are lifers. They are murderers and rapists, and they have nothing to lose, and they keep the same mentality they had on the street. They keep that same mentality in prison. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been to prison, but I have a friend. I have a best friend that I was in the Navy with who shot and murdered a guy. Because the guy called him the N-word. They were fighting over a car transaction. And the guy called him the N-word and said, "Get out of my store, N-word." And he killed that guy for that. And to this very day, yeah, he's in prison for life. And to this very day, this statement you said is absolutely true. Keeps the same mentality they had on the street. It's to the point where I can almost not even talk to my friend anymore because he has absolutely zero remorse for that very horrible thing that he did. Each body is a walking ATM for the prison industrial complex. Well, I put us on one this morning, didn't I? Lissa says she loves the sheriff. In the defense, as a WPB native, that county ain't a happy place. I'm not sure. You're talking about down there in Florida? It's not a happy place. Sheriff Judd is the modern day Buford Pusser. Well, for that matter, so is my county sheriff. Sheriff Grady is popular. He is popular. He is popular. His YouTube is way bigger than mine. This one time I agree with the sheriff 100%. I kind of agree with him this time too. I don't always agree with him. I agree with him this time, which people don't always agree with me. Maybe the sheriff will agree with me on a thing or two. Don't kill or we'll kill you really doesn't add up. A lot of people feel that way. Buford Pusser is in my family. Was there a real Buford Pusser? Buford Sheriff T. Pusser. Was there a real Buford Puffer? Mom's got pics with Pusser's family at his funeral. I did not realize that there was a real Sheriff Pusser. That's one on me. Those are two very nice looking motorcycles. I was looking at them, but I'm done with long range rides. If you're done with long range rides, get the Challenger. Sounds like to me that you need a Goldwing. I have a Goldwing DCT and I traded my Indian Roadmaster for it. And that's the way to go if you're going to do, I guess, some long riding. So I spent 20 years I spent 20 years on Goldwings. So, I've moved on a little bit to the, V-twin. It'll never match a Goldwing, but I kind of like the tough guy ride a little bit better right now. But I still have a Goldwing in my garage, and I'm never gonna be rid of these gold. I'll always have one. I might get one of those new ones. It just depends on whether I win the lotto or not, or how many bikes I'll have. But a Boulevard 109, let me see it. Set it up, bags fairing. No, the Boulevard 109, no, because it has you riding on your tailbone. It's got your feet forward and you're sitting on your tailbone. And, if you're riding 1,000 miles a day, that is absolutely not the answer. He's got a Goldwing, Ronald Bill, but let's be honest, there's always one more bike. Absolutely. My little brother took a part for me in Arnold Schwarzenegger's movie, Last Man Standing, FBI agent. I couldn't take the part. I was working. Well, you missed out. Lloyd's Garage has an awesome performance upgrades for the Pursuit and Challenger, which takes an already powerful bike and turns it into a monster. If I get that bike, then I'm going to Lloyd's Garage. I want it. I want that Pursuit. From the factory, 128 horsepower, 146 torque. Nice bike. I rode it. It'll snap your head back off your head. So no, you guys don't have any questions for me? Indians have composite frames, seen a few with cracked or holy moly, what the hell? Somebody just gave me $100. Thank you, Angel Sierra. Haven't been on for a while. This is for your first couple of tank fills on your new Indian. You do a fantastic job. Well, hell, that's going to be about, well, gosh, is that only, you're right, because is it almost $30 to fill up a motorcycle now? This is $100 would give you in the old days, a couple weeks ago, $100 would take you halfway across America. Well, let me think. So you get about, I would say on those bikes, you're probably going to get 220 a tank. So you could fill up your that tank. The tank would be 6 gallons. So, at $2 and something a gallon, you would have got 4 or 5 tank fills. At now, and if you fill your bike up in California, it's 6, I think I think the father told me it was $6.39 a gallon right now. So 6 gallons is $42 or something, right? Yeah, that's 2 tanks of gas. So I guess he was right, depending on where you live. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate that donation. I absolutely thank you. In America, our jails and prisons do not believe and practice rehabilitation as in some other countries. The closest they will get is being sent to a mental facility, and those may be questionable. I don't know if mental facilities repair. It's a ugly place. It's an ugly place. Gotta help my wife. This cancer has her pretty down this week. Much love, man. We are so praying for your wife. Thanks for stopping in, man. What's the difference between the MC cubed and the MC separated? It just depends on where you're from, man. Just depends on where you're from, what the difference is. To me, there's no damn difference at all. To many other, whatever place you are in America, MC cubed means outlaw club. MC separated means outlaw or whatever. And so from where you are in the country, I couldn't tell you what it means everywhere. To me, Black Dragon, they all mean the same damn thing. It means motorcycle club. Whether it's cubed or separated or put together or one patch or 3-piece patches. But there are some places where the protocol has a meaning. And since it's so different in so many places, I don't even know. And believe me, having set up clubs all across the country, I've had to deal with this situation. But my answer is always the same. Ours is what it's going to be, as it has been for 50 years. So I don't really even get into what it is on your patch, but we ain't changing ours. That's what it comes down to. If you want to know what it means in your area, you have to talk to your COC, because for me to say what it means here, it might not mean that there. So that's a good question. I don't have a good answer for you, unfortunately. I would have to figure it out wherever it is that you are. Somebody else might have a better answer than that, but it's not something I've given a whole lot of credence to. Oh, shoot. Someone says firing squad is still used in Mississippi, Oklahoma, Utah, and South Carolina. Who knew? They haven't killed anybody by firing squad in a long time. Have they? I took a group of teenagers to the Scare Straight program in Angola prison, and let me tell you, the prisoners did not hold back. They told it like it is. Unfortunately, man, I remember when that first came out. That first came out when I was a kid, so I'm old. And when I first saw it on TV, I knew I wasn't never going there. But unfortunately, most of those kids, and they tell them, please don't let us see you here. And so many of them still show up there anyway. Death penalty or life isn't a deterrent for a lot of folks past age 40. West Palm Beach, thank you. That's what WPB stands for. As long as society laughs at the don't drop the soap jokes, this society isn't ready for real social justice. The vast majority of prisoners are minor drug offenses, not rapists and murderers. And, that is something I never laughed at. Don't drop the soap. I think it is absolutely atrocious that you could go to prison and have a crime committed against you. You haven't done anything except separated the criminals into a place where they now prey on each other. That's not what jail is supposed to be. Somebody said, yes, sir. Buford Puffer. Okay, it was Puffer. Yes, sir. Buford Puffer. What care of McCary County, Tennessee? I guess you're saying Buford T. Puffer or Pusser. I can't remember. Pusser. Buford T. Pusser. was out of, I don't know. You guys write so crazy. What care of McCary County, Tennessee? I guess you're saying he's from McCary County, Tennessee. The movie Walking Tall. I just thought that was a movie. Was the guy real? I saw The Rock do it, and they did that movie like when I was a kid. All right, he was real. Damn, I don't know everything. You guys know everything. I don't support the death penalty, says someone here. I don't trust the government to do basic things like filling potholes. So how the hell are they going to do the death penalty right? I get you, man. Oh, by the way, my son is almost done with his school in Goose Creek for nuclear engineering. He's awaiting assignment. I'm hoping he gets a ship rather than a submarine. No offense. Only way he gets a submarine is if he volunteers for sub duty. I believe that's how that works. That's how it worked when I was in. Congratulations on your son. Nuclear engineering school is no joke, man. It's no joke. He's got a good life ahead of him when he gets out of the military, by the way. Anybody more than a displacement of 550 or 650 cc's are built in the USA or Canada. Are we going to get some more shows like the 15 interview? I plan to do a hell of a lot more shows like that. As a matter of fact, I've just put together a staff. My staff is made up of a lot of my long-term watchers. It's called the Bunch Media Group Board of Regents. And these people are responsible for guiding me in the way that I should go. Lissa's on the staff, Papa Renegade. A lot of my mods are on that staff, and C. Ruger's on the staff. And these folks are helping me to take the show to the next level. And so we're going to have a lot of cool stuff coming out of these guys. So it's really cool. Ongoing debate in our club. Where on your cut do you wear your travel safety pin? Most people don't even know what the hell that is. I've always worn it like through my top front pocket, over my heart, through that. I've always put mine through my pocket there. But I couldn't tell you where you have to wear it. Just somewhere where someone can see it, if you even know what the hell it is. I was on death row in Florida, and being in population is worse than death row, depending on your crime. Big man Chris, you were on death row? Damn. I'm glad you're off. Obviously, they couldn't get you. Can't keep a big man Chris down. He says being in general population is worse than death row, depending on your crime. Damn, big man Chris, we need to have you on the show, man, and introduce you and let you tell your story. Black Dragon, let's say you want to join a 99% club, but the closest clubhouse for one is several hours away. What would be the maximum distance that you would recommend for a distance? Well, so I have a brother. So we have a big motorcycle club, right? And we have chapters all over the place. So I have a brother who was part of the Beaufort chapter, the Beaufort, South Carolina. Is that where Beaufort is? And for whatever reason, he didn't like it there or whatever, or I don't know what the reason was, but he decided that he would transfer to the Atlanta chapter. But he lives, I believe, in Savannah. So he lives 4 hours from the Atlanta chapter. And this brother we were like, well, man, if you're gonna transfer to the Atlanta chapter, you gotta be willing to ride to all. And he was like, yeah, okay. And Money Mike rides his ass to Atlanta for everything we do. He rides to Atlanta. Every meeting, every party, every meeting, every thing is an 8-hour journey for him and his wife. So how far are you willing to ride is the question. He rides 8 hours. He rides 8 hours or sometimes drives, but mostly rides 8 hours to do anything he wants to do with a motorcycle club, even though there is a chapter of us 30 minutes from his house. He likes the brotherhood that he gets up here. So because we have we have rules that you can transfer clubs if you want. You just got to be willing to participate in that club. It's better if you got a club like an hour away from you, but he rides 4 hours one way. 8 hours is his commute to do anything with the club. So I'd say to you, I don't have a recommendation. Black Dragon, I ain't riding. I ain't a riding 8 hours to participate in a motorcycle club chapter. For me, I'd just start my own. I'd start my own chapter. I would say, okay, all right, we obviously need a chapter here because I ain't riding 8 hours. So I'm older, though. Maybe you got that in you. Money Mike certainly does. Money Mike is the only guy to have beaten me through the pass, the mountain pass on Highway 8 coming into San Diego. There's a mountain pass about an hour out or something of San Diego. And the only person in the Black Sabbath Nation to have beaten me through those passes. I hold the record, except for Money Mike, who beat the hell out of me. Of course, he was on a little bitty ass motorcycle, and he had asked me several times, hey, man, why don't you take all your stuff off your bike and put it in my wife's car? But no, I wouldn't listen. And so now I have an L on my record. In the area I'm in, the MCQ means a Harley only club. With MC separated, it means a mixed bike club. No, see, yeah. That's interesting because that's not what that means everywhere. As a matter of fact, that's the first time I've ever heard that. I never heard that one. Harley only club with the MC separated means a mixed bike club. Absolutely interesting. Okay, it's Buford T. Pusser. Thank you so much, man. We are praying for your wife. Yeah. So yeah, it means different things, different places, and it's too many different things for me to be even worried about. Yeah, Chris, that one is no joke. My wife is a retired correction officer from Hamilton, CI, not far from FSP. Okay, so these are abbreviations I know nothing about, and I don't want to know anything about them. What does a tattoo of a wing with a motorcycle wheel mean? Isn't that the... I used to know that. Is that the traffic safety wing or something? I used to know. Don't cops wear that? What does a tattoo of a wing with a motorcycle wheel? Let's see if I can find that. I used to know what that meant. Yeah, I see it right here. Winged motorcycle tire with wings means the wing symbol, which is often seen in ancient Greek and Roman monuments, is a significance. Okay, but winged motorcycle. What does it mean, though? You must have all probably seen those biker tattoos of winged motorcycle wheels on body parts of riders, travelers, and tattoo lovers. Have you ever got a second thought in your mind as to what it means? Okay, well, just tell us what it means. Jesus. It's often seen with the Greek god Hermes, the herald of gods. Is this guy really doing this to me? Hermes is considered the protector of travelers, merchants, and orators. That's me. Winged wheel is also associated with the chariot of the Greek figure Triptolemus. The winged wheel symbol thus signifies motion, progress, speed, and travel transport. Okay. So there you go. Was that an explanation? Was that the explanation? That was it. The winged wheel symbol thus signifies motion, progress, speed, and travel transport. There's got to be a better definition than that. Here's one. Does this say what it means? Folks, I've often thought that meant safety or something like that. Motorcycle wings. No wonder you're asking me. It's not like you can easily look this one up. Meaning behind the, okay, this is it. Meaning behind it. The League of Wheelmen. Okay, let's see what Reddit says. This means it's definitely not any modern cop force or highway company's invention. It's a symbol for communication, transport, technology, and progress. Okay, here it is again. It's the symbol for communication, transport, technology, and progress. Hey. It apparently became associated with bicycles and later motorcycles, so police and military riders, as well as civil groups of bikers, have used it. Railway companies used it too. Okay. The League of Wheelmen started in 1880 to support the rights of bicyclists. Their local has a winged wheel incorporated in it. So I guess it doesn't have anything more to do than be a symbol of communication, transport, technology, and progress. It was to represent motorcycles in general, so many police departments use it to designate their motorcycle divisions. So there we have it. Now we know that it means that it's a symbol for communication, transport, technology, and progress. How dare you ask me that? Black Dragon, I thought yesterday's topic was pretty good. It deserves more discussion, in my opinion. We're going to do a lot more of those. I think you're right about that. Okay, let's see here. Damn, big man. So you guys didn't have a lot of questions for me today. Should I really do this once a week or once every 2 weeks? So you guys can build your questions up. No, that's not what it means. Straight jacket. Although they have something very similar to that. They do have something very similar to that. The MC Cube separation is just about how, when it was designed, the club wanted to represent themselves. Absolutely. Let's see. MC Cube is Harley only and has MC separated. We've just heard that. Somebody says, how is that? The spoke wheel wasn't even around then. I don't know. Beats the hell out of me. What else do we have here? My club is a Harley only club and has the MC separated. So there you go. Since I've never been in a Harley only club, I might not have known that. Black Sabbath is not a Harley only club. It just so happens that almost everybody has a Harley, but we came to that over 50 years. I think it's because Um, I think it's because there's a Harley Davidson dealer on basically on every corner, and if you're going to be a long distance riding club on big bagger kind of bikes, which everybody has now because my club travels so big, it's almost like you need to be on a Harley or something like a Goldwing that never breaks down, right? Victory is like I have the Victory Vision. It never breaks down, but God help you if it does. So you got to get off that bike. They're not making parts for it anymore. You got to get off that bike. Is pants sagging allowed in the Black Sabbath? Well, it's not disallowed. Although I don't think we have, most of our guys are 40 years old plus. So I don't know that we have a lot of people that sag their pants. But we don't focus on stuff like that. I think you'd get so much hell from the fellas, you'd sag one time. That would be it. I retired from the Air Force and I had a chance to go inside a boomer submarine. And let me tell you, you guys are crazy. We consider boomers hotels, man. Those are some big ass submarines. They are hotels. My submarine was not anywhere near that big. Would you look at a Harley Ultra Limited? No, I would do a road glide. I don't like bat wings. I have never liked bat wings, and I never will. They're too heavy in the front. I don't like that. I don't like them, especially at slow speeds. It's just too heavy. I like fixed fairing motorcycles. I came up on gold wings. My first my first bike was a silver wing. It had a Vetter fairing, which was a bat wing basically. I don't like bat wing bikes. They're too heavy. I like fixed fairing motorcycles. So it would always be a road glide for me if I was going to do a Harley, which I may. Like I say, the kind of riding that we do, Harley has an incredible program where you just pull your bike in and you go to the front of the line if you're traveling and you've bought this certain kind of warranty that they have, and they're going to get you out. You're going to go to the front of the line and you can keep on with your trip. I've been with my bros many times when we've had to fix those raggedy mofos, and they get them in and out. So that they do handle, and you never have a problem finding a Harley shop. So, that helps. I think. So here goes somebody else. The split cubes are the Harley only. See, Black Dragon, I don't know everything. Black Dragon, you said you've been shot 4 times. Can we get the stories? Aha! I don't know. Maybe one day I'll do that. I don't know. I'll think about it. From what I know, even though Black Dragon would argue, is the MC separated stand for Motorcycle Club. The MC Cube is looked at as men's clubs usually, but not. See what I mean? So see what I mean? Completely different. And Mike is from California area. Completely different. Absolutely completely different about what the M&C stands for. And so that's why I don't deal with that one, because depending on where you're from, it means completely different things. And the whole men's clubs thing, that's a whole nother conversation to have. So you just really got to know what it means in the area you're in, because here's just an absolute completely different look at what the M and the C stands for, whether it's separated. It can be separated. It can be in a cube. It can be in a diamond. It can be together. It can be at the top, or it can be on the side, an M and a C on the side, or it could be an MC on the bottom, or an MC on the right, or an MC on the left. There's so many. I've seen so many of them, and depending on the area, they all mean different things. I had a friend told me he thinks he outgrew his club, a co-ed club. I was confused what he meant. In your opinion, what does that mean? Outgrowing a club. See, why do we wait till an hour in to get, come on. We should have had these questions an hour ago. So outgrowing a club to me means two things. One of two things. One, I've outgrown you petty mofos, and I'm moving on to another club that has us SHIT together. And we see that. We see that a lot. It's just, I've gone through too much here, and I'm going to go join the Black Sabbath, only to find out that the Black Sabbath had just as much BS going on as your club. The grass always looks greener on the other side of the fence. And we see people moving from club to club. And the reason I wrote Prospects Bible is because I saw that a lot of Black Sabbath would leave Black Sabbath and go join other clubs and then be like, man, I never should have left the Black Sabbath. And I thought, well, maybe I'll write Prospects Bible to let people know what you're getting into when you get into a motorcycle club. It's not all glory. And no matter what club you're going to go to, things are going to be tough. So that's what I wrote the Prospects Bible for. And it has turned out to be a #1 bestseller. However, there's another meaning for outgrow your club. And that is you've outgrown its level of get down, and you want to move your level of get down up. You've outgrown its level of participation. You've outgrown its level of seriousness and its level of expectations. So a lot of times you'll see people leave a riding club to join a traditional motorcycle club. They outgrew the riding club and they needed something. You know, a riding club you think of as not particularly being family, more being about having fun and that sort of thing. And then you go join a motorcycle club, a traditional MC like a mom and pop or whatever, or 99%er as some people call it. And all of a sudden you become more, you've outgrown that, and now you want more dedication in your MC. Then other people say, well, you know, I've outgrown the traditional mom and pop club and I need to go to an outlaw motorcycle club. I like their level of dedication and participation, so I've outgrown them. And then some of those guys will say, well, I've outgrown the outlaw club. I want to go join a diamond club. I want to be in a diamond club or a diamond outlaw club. And then some people say, well, I've outgrown that, and now I want to go be a 1%er. So outgrowing means, you know, stepping up to another level of MC as well. Or outgrowing can mean I've just outgrown you childish mofos, and I'm going to move laterally to another club. Now, we also see people who outgrow a 1%er MC and go down what would be considered down a level. Some of those guys might consider it going up a level, but they say, I've outgrown what is required of me to be in a 1% MC, and I need to be in a traditional family MC. I don't need the trouble that comes with doing this 1%er thing. So really it can have a few different meanings like everything else, where you feel like you need to move from one club to another. I was in a motorcycle accident a few months back, finally starting to get my bike back into shape. Any advice for getting back into the saddle? It's very difficult to get back in the saddle after a motorcycle accident because you have lost your confidence. And, you know, being a motorcycle rider is like a person who doesn't know that there are aliens above and they're snatching people and taking them away. If you don't know that that's going on, you're just messing around in life, having a good old time. But the first time you find out there's aliens, everything just got real. It's like that for bike riders. When you're riding around and just chilling, you don't even think you can have a motorcycle wreck. And then you tear your leg off, like Mike Ball. SHIT just got real. How the hell does a Mike Ball get back up on a motorcycle? Well, the first thing you got to do, and I know I lost, half of my thumb. So the first thing you have to get back is your confidence, because you're riding like a PTSD victim. And you're like, oh, hell. So the only way to get confidence back and that carefree riding when you're not, because if you're afraid of everything, you ain't a rider, bro. You're You can't have fun, and you got to get back to being carefree again. And Mike Ball can probably talk to you about his experience. But the first thing you got to do is get back to the love of riding, where nothing scares you anymore, or it doesn't scare you so bad that you're just a wreck. And I'll tell you, I just buried several of my brothers and sisters that were run over, and riding back from Arkansas. So we were on our way to Arkansas, actually Tulsa, Oklahoma, and they got killed in Arkansas. And I stopped on the side of the highway to pay respect to the place that they died, and I found a lot of their body parts still on the damn road that hadn't been picked up. It was raining. It was the middle of the night. They were burned beyond recognition. Their bodies just melted on the side of the road. So I guess there's probably no way a police department could really. And there was a volunteer fire department that only had like 7 or 10 people working for it. And they just left a lot of body parts on the side of the damn road. And when I got there, I was just absolutely freaked out to see my brothers and sisters' body parts on the road, on the median. And so now I'm riding back to Atlanta, and you'll see a video where I just absolutely pulled off the road and said, "Hey, I can't do it tonight. I'm scared. Every time a car pulls out, I'm slamming on my brakes. I don't have the carefree riding." And I made a TikTok about it. Hey, listen, I'm pulling off the road. I can't do it right now. It's not in me. I've lost the edge. So you got to get the edge back. And the only way to get the edge back is to ride. And I say practice. Get into a parking lot, put you some cones up, and practice and ride and practice and then build it back, build yourself back into shape that way. And once you have convinced yourself of that you have it back again, then you get back up on the road and build yourself up that way. It takes a lot, man. And but the love of riding is what will bring you back into the bike shape you need to be back into. The love of riding will eventually bring you back. Do antique bikes get a pass on CC size? No, not in my motorcycle club. It depends on the club, but we have a CC requirement. We have it for a reason, and that's because Derek, you got to be able to ride with our pack. And we don't like slowing up for anybody. And we don't like 100-mile gas tank bikes because you slow the pack down, man. So, no. You don't get to ride that old slow-ass jalopy in the pack, bro. We're trying to get somewhere. Somebody said Mike Ball can answer that best. Absolutely talk to Mike Ball, too. Black Dragon, missed you this summer. Let's ride. You pick where, and I'm on the road. Strong Brave, I have to ride up to Minnesota and check out. Oh, that's right. My club brother's setting a ride up for a fan ride for Canada. We're supposed to ride to Canada. We were invited to Canada. That's where we're going this summer. Mike Ball says, BLS, yes, do it when you are comfortable, but also don't be afraid to get back on. I lost my leg. I was able to hop back on in a couple months. Yes, Mike Ball did. There he goes. Reach out to me on IG if you can. We can stay in touch. And Mike Ball will help you out, man. Absolutely, he will. Could I DM you on social media about why I asked about the motorcycle tire? Yeah, you can DM me on IG, Black Dragon Biker TV, or on Facebook. You can DM me there or send me something at blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com if you want to. Had the street before going 20. I had the street glide before going to the road glide special with a stage 3. I'll be honest, the Batwing stopped way more wind on a 500 plus mile rides in the Northeast. I miss it. I do love my road glide. So I've never really had experience with a Batwing, so I wouldn't know if it stopped more wind or not. I've never really ridden one. but I appreciate that information because up there that wind is tough. The ride between Wichita, Kansas, and our chapter in Colorado Springs is a wind beast. The wind will beat the hell out of you, man. My first accident, but hopefully my last. I still get anxiety. Of course, man. Of course you will. Mike says, of course you will. All that anxiety will go away after getting back on for 15 minutes. Literally, that's how it worked for me. For me, I practiced. I practiced my riding and got my skills back underneath my belt. And then I got back up on the highway. So a little bit different for different people. I live in California, and the men's club for the MC Cube was a joke that was started about 7 years ago because there was a girls' club proudly showing off their MC Cube, and it turned into a running thing. Oh, there you go. Black Dragon, have you been positioned to join an outlaw MC? Proposition. Absolutely. 1,000 times. Every 1%er motorcycle club around me has asked me to be a member up until the point I became national president. When I became national president, they stopped asking. Because, once you become a national president, they know you're stuck. But I have been asked about it, and believe it or not, some of the kind of clubs you wouldn't expect that a black person would be asked to join have propositioned, like maybe I would be the first or something. So I've had that opportunity. I've had people tell me, "Oh, you've outgrown your club and all that," and it's not for them to make that determination. It's for you to make that determination. A lot of people will think, "Oh, you've outgrown your club." For me, I was Black Sabbath forever. I don't know if I'll be Black Sabbath forever, but so far it's been Black Sabbath forever. My club, I like my club's get down. I love my club. But if I were to go to another club for whatever reason, it would probably be in that direction. If I was to leave and start my own club or something, it would absolutely be in that direction. So I hit a deer at 50 miles per hour. I had to get right back on and beat my demons and accept the fact that I can go at any time doing anything. I insured myself for my family, and I still ride hard, said Moji. I had a truck pulling a trailer brake check me. I put too much pressure on the rear brake, locked the wheel, went sliding into the back of it at 40 miles an hour. Didn't break a bone, but chipped my teeth. Yeah, man, it doesn't matter how you go down. It normally comes so quickly, and it scares you, and it shakes you. But you will get that confidence back, and the love of riding is what brings it back to you. But I have been shaken, like I said, having all my club brothers and my club brothers and sisters die in such a horrible fashion on the highway. That wasn't even my wreck. But seeing that, even that shook me, and it shook me for a good little while. But you get back into it, and then the love of riding, you forget all about it. But you should ride defensively. Never stop that. My son figured he should hear from you, Black Dragon. I will admit I have a board track bike. I'll put my old bike against almost any. A board track bike? What the hell is that? Okay, guys. So this has been good. It's an hour, so I need to get out of here. I could do this all day. I love motorcycles and talking about motorcycles. Does the pack lane split when traveling through California? Does my pack? Absolutely. We absolutely lane split when traveling to California. And I can't wait to get back to California so I can do some lane splitting. Yeah, when we're rolling, we do this right here, Okay, so this means 2x2. This means, hey, bro, we're getting ready. We're getting ready to split. We're going single file, and we're getting ready to split the pack. When you see, or you may see a high one of these when the road captain throws this up or this right here. We're getting ready to move from this to this, and we're getting ready to hit it, baby, straight down the center. You can only really do that in California. I guess I've done it in Phoenix, Arizona. You know, it's a West Coast thing, this lane splitting. And typically, you know, something like this would be staggered, but something like this, bumblebees, baby, bumblebees. Zoom, 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 zoom. Which we, you know, do from time to time. Yes, when in California, we do lane split, man, and we have a great time doing it. Think tactical. Somebody asked, this is more for Think Tactical, Black Dragon. What do you think about gray man techniques? I don't know what gray man techniques are. I don't know what gray man techniques are. Gray man techniques. Gray man theory is a way of disappearing into the crowd so you can move unnoticed when disaster strikes. The idea is that you can conceal your preparedness by blending in with the crowd before or during an emergency. Wow! Ha! Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk it? Gray man tactics, how to hide in plain sight. I don't know about this, man, but I'm getting ready to learn, and we're going to do some shows on it. The gray man theory is a way of disappearing in the crowd. While it is generally referred to as the gray man theory, this theory can, of course, be applied to anyone, man or woman of any age, who needs to blend into a crowd and miss a disaster situation to conceal the fact that they have survival skills and are carrying tactical gear. When you think of blending in the crowd, generally that's a negative thought, right? Nobody wants to be just like everyone else. So this is going to tell you how to be a gray man. Look at it. It's got all the benefits of being a gray man, why I use the gray man theory, the benefit. Oh, look at it. All these sheep. You want to look like a sheeple at times. The benefits of it, how to be a gray man, how to bug out bad guide, how to be a gray man. What is a gray man? Blending into the crowd of your surroundings during any dangerous situation to hide the fact that you have survival skills or survival gear on you. Because if you're in a big crowd, I guess people will try to take it from you. Who can do it? Anyone can. How to become a gray man. Dress in muted colors. Do not wear tactical or military-looking gear or clothes. Walk or move naturally if possible. Appear average and non-threatening. If you have to move with the crowd, appear to go with the flow. Keep weapons or survival gear hidden. Be discreet when surveilling the area. Brought to you by thebugoutbagguide.com. Oh my goodness. Well, we're going to explore this. And here's a gray man right here. So he's got an M16, tactical gear, food, first aid kit and everything, but you'll never know it because he looks like a gray man. Well, I don't know. Those shoes right there look awful mountainous to me. But wow, this is it. See, this is not a gray man. You can already tell this is not if this officer were in civilian clothing, the shiny handcuffs and holster would be highly visible and leave an impression on any passerby. This is not a gray man right here. Okay, just so you know. I already know that ain't no gray man. This is a gray man. Conclusion. In the immediate aftermath of a disaster or in a post-apocalyptic scenario, the ability to conceal yourself as a gray man can be extremely useful survival skill. The last thing you want is for all your time and effort put into prepping to be for naught by having your supplies taken off of you by someone less prepared and more desperate. And this is what one of my friends told me. I don't have to be a prepper. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to take your SHIT from you. So if you're a gray man, that lessens his chances. To improve your gray man abilities, observe the way people dress and act as you go about your day. What stands out? What makes various people noticeable? This can help you hone in on the objects and behaviors that draw attention. Combining this knowledge with the 4 key steps to becoming a gray man will put you well on your way to being able to disappear into any crowd and increase your chances of survival when disaster strikes. Yeah! I like it. It's my first time ever hearing of a gray man. But if you think about it, those 2 kids that blew up the Boston Marathon not so long ago, they did that. They blended in. They blended in with the surroundings and everything, and they were able to put those pipe bombs down because they didn't stand out. They walked around with backpacks and stuff and looked like everybody else. So preppers will be targets, and we're going to get all into that, man. I love it. And anyone that has any ideas for that show for me, please let me know. So we're going to do a series of gray men shows, and we're going to find out how to be gray men. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in and getting skinny. I'll see you guys Sunday for the round table. And we'll have some fun. All right, guys. Take care. Yeah, that's it. I'm just trying to find the right buttons here. Bye-bye. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.